It's one of the world's toughest endurance challenges. The longest ocean race around the planet. Yet its crew are drawn from all walks of life, spanning 3 generations. Many are novices before completing extensive pre-race training, but even this cannot prepare them for the extremes Mother Nature has in store. From hurricane-force winds to squalls that can knock a boat flat.
Just didn't see the wave coming.
And freezing temperatures to the blistering heat of the doldrums.
Think of Dante's Inferno and double it.
The toughest, wildest conditions imaginable. All within the confines of a 70-foot boat in the middle of an ocean, often soaked to the skin and suffering sleep deprivation.
I did wonder whether that might be it and whether I was going to come back.
The stage is set for a roller coaster of emotions and experiences. 40,000 miles, 16 races, 12 identical boats, 6 continents, 1 unique challenge. This is the Clipper Round the World Yacht Race. The doldrums held on to some teams much longer than others. 7 days behind the rest of the fleet, in 12th and last position, the crew of Invest Africa are more relieved than most to finally arrive into Rio. But this means they have only 2 days before they depart on the next race. Among the crew is builder Craig Forsyth from Northern England, who explained before the race just how competitive he is.
You can never come back to this race. 13-14 race will never be replayed, so there's only ever going to be one winner. I want to be that winner.
So after the perfect start, with the team winning the opening race, the Atlantic proved quite a challenge. But it hasn't dented Craig's enthusiasm.
Well, November last year was the first time I'd ever been on a boat, and that was for my level 1. So, you know, other than my levels of training, that's the only time I've had on a boat. But it's a lot better than what I expected. The saying is even the bad times were good. Well, they have been. The 8 days in the doldrums, massive lesson for me. It was nowhere near as bad as what I thought it would be. I wasn't looking forward to mother watches, certainly wasn't looking forward to cleaning duties. All I've done is I've attacked it with the most enthusiasm that I can have, the most energy that I can have, and to be honest, I've probably enjoyed them more than the ones that I wouldn't think I'd enjoy, which is like doing the engineering checks and writing the blog and maybe sticking your nose in navigation. I want to get as much out of this race as what I can. And I want to become a really good rounded sailor, even if I never sail again after this race. But I just want to I want to get off this boat and be the best sailor that I could be, just so I know I've achieved something. The be-all and end-all for me in this 13-14 race is to win it. That's all. The end result is I want the win. I think the rest of the crew realise what I'm like. And they don't really go against it, and you know they try as hard as what they can. So I've just pretty much decided, once I knew we were only going to have sort of 2 days here, I just drew a line under it, decided that I wouldn't look at anything in Rio that I'd want to see, that we get our boat ready to race to Cape Town and give ourselves the best fighting chance to be getting to the podium, which will usually be the highest one.
The leg to Cape Town takes the fleet across the South Atlantic, over 3,000 miles, where the temperatures will drop and sea conditions can be fearsome. There's excitement as the fleet leaves Rio and begins another challenging stage of this Clipper Round the World Yacht Race. Aboard Invest Africa, heading for home waters, is a young South African woman who has been selected by the Sapinda Rainbow Project, which is using the race to help develop youngsters from townships to become future community leaders. The majority had never even seen the sea, let alone an ocean racing yacht. So this is a huge adventure for 8 young people, each tackling a different leg of the race.
We got about a manageable 60-70 applications for the positions. There were 8 positions and 2 reserves. And these 8 then were sent to the UK for training. And since then you have in each leg 1 individual present on the Invest Africa boat. I think if you know the sort of the challenge backgrounds they come from, I think what this gives them is a sense of confidence.
Having been selected, this will make a very huge change in my life as well as in my community, because we come from a community where there is no motivation and we are not encouraged to go follow our dreams.
You know, when you come from a background that's quite poor, underprivileged, you always have a sense of you're not an equal. And there is an experience that's saying, you know what, you are an equal.
The material aspects around you get pushed down quite a bit. It's a battle where everybody is equal against nature.
Nelson Mandela's hope and dream that young people who are in impoverished, disadvantaged and vulnerable circumstances need to be given an opportunity to excel, to have opportunities for an education, but also to experience their rights and enjoy their nation, their freedom as young people.
When we get back to South Africa, we have to make sure that we inspired others, our youth, we benefit them to get involved.
But also opening their minds to the possibilities, seeing, you know, life beyond the little communities where they come from, but suddenly having the opportunity to travel all over the world with people coming from all over the world. I think that in itself is just so enriching.
I mean, if you have originally 8 people come from around Africa and they can do this in 2-3 months, you see the effects.
The crew of Invest Africa are sailing well as they speed across the South Atlantic. It's been a steep learning curve having to adapt to life aboard rapidly. It's cold and wet, with watches changing every few hours, allowing little time to sleep. But Nokulunga has proved her determination.
It's been a rough week for me. It wasn't easy, but I tried with the great help from the crew and the skipper. They've been very nice to me, which made things easier for me.
The Invest Africa team is made up of people from a wide range of nationalities and backgrounds. They sign up for many different reasons.
The highlight for me is just doing it. Really, the whole experience is fantastic. I guess a lifelong dream of sailing around the world. Sadly, my wife died 2.5 years ago, and for 6 months I was lost and didn't know what to do. And then I came across the Clipper race, and it's given me a purpose in life with all the training prior to the start of the race, and it's kept me going, and it's been absolutely fantastic to be able to do this, but the reason is a sad one, of course. I am bringing some of my wife's ashes with me, so she's with me on this trip, and at the end of it, when we cross our outgoing line out of London, we cross it back in 9 months' time from now. I will put her ashes in the sea, and she would have completed the voyage with me. She's part of me all the time. At the end of this, I will start a new chapter, I hope, in my life.
With Table Mountain towering over Cape Town, the finish line is fast approaching, and Nokulunga and the crew celebrate a return to the winner's podium after clinching 3rd place into their home port. It's a magical moment after 3 weeks at sea. There are enthusiastic welcomes all round as the crew catch up on news with their friends and families. For Nokulunga, it's the end of her leg of the Clipper race, an adventure that has transformed her from a novice sailor to an ocean racer in just a few months. But the experience has much bigger implications that are likely to change her outlook on life forever.
It feels so good. I'm very, very excited seeing my friends, seeing others. It's been a while without seeing them, while it wasn't easy on the ocean, but I'm so glad everybody's so excited to see me. It was very hard because I know I have to get up even though I feel so cold. But I just told myself that, okay, if the time has come, I have to wake up and do my watch, then I'll get back to my bunk when the time is over. Yeah, my body just got used to it. Being with my crew and the skipper, they were very supportive. They were so nice. They were so lovely. They made me grow inside. They made me feel like the new person. They encouraging, supportive. They just became everything to me. I had a great time with them. After this race, I feel like I'm a mature lady, young lady who want to do something, who want to achieve something for the future, who want to benefit others, who have many ideas to benefit other youth from her community. I feel like I'm strong, I'm proud. I feel like I'm a new person. I'm totally different. I'm excited. Yeah.